My name is Nanuka Sikia. I am one of the co-founders and the CEO of Better Organizations by Designers. We fondly call it BOxD, BOxD. My original background was more into the HR space for sure. But when I started shifting into this organization design, organizational effectiveness space, I lit up. Uh, I see organizations almost like a series of puzzles that you need to flip different levers to make them fit. And I realized I should have been doing this my whole life. So I love it so much. I have a master's in industrial and labor relations. I have a master's in organizational development because this stuff just feeds my brain. I think everybody should care about power. But you had talked about how the role of a CRO or the head of sales is to drive growth. For any other senior leader, it's also influencing their team. The more senior you get in an organization, the stronger your influencing muscles need to be, because you are not just managing one way, like you're not just managing up as an individual contributor, you're also managing your executive level peers, and you need to influence hundreds, sometimes thousands of people down in the organization that you don't know personally. And so the need to get even more sophisticated as you influence others rises as you rise in the organization. Sure. And I'll say power is important to know because it exists whether you acknowledge it or not. So you could pretend that it doesn't exist, but for sure you will know it is present when you're definitely on the receiving end of it and you're thinking, oh, I am not getting what I need or what I want. Or if you're struggling then to get something done with somebody else. So I love to use the analogy of power is almost like air. You don't notice it when you're going about your day-to-day, but when the air is smoky, you sure as heck are going to notice it. And so when there are power disruptions, that is when you're going to feel the effect of power. Okay, so for somebody who's new, I would recommend that they think about what their power sources are when they come into the organization and what other power sources the people around them will have. And I like to group power sources into three basic buckets. The first is what I would call power based on positions or structures. The second is power based on access that you can control. And then the third is based on qualities. So should we dive into them, Marlon?
Absolutely. I'm intrigued. Power based on position and structure. That one's probably most commonly known, but what can you uniquely add to that?
So the obvious would be, of course, your job title. Like if you're the CRO, you're the CRO. You're the person in charge of growth. But it's also not just the title. It's also the fact that people agree that this is your job description. So for example, I like to use this example of a cleaning crew. You know that the cleaning crew's job is to clean the office bathrooms. So when you go into the bathroom, you're not going to tell them, even if you're the CRO, you're not going to tell them, get out of here, because they were in there first and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Right. So it's not just title, but people agreeing that this is the role that you're supposed to be doing. So a tip for any new leader is make sure that the people that you are supposed to be influencing actually buy into your charter or the scope of the work that you're trying to do. Because if they don't agree to that, then you obviously don't have that power on them.